Classic Fairy Tales, illustrated by Angeli. The Prince and the Pauper. Once upon a time, there was a kindly king who ruled with fairness and generosity. His son, the prince, always wished he could have a little adventure in his life, but he loved the kingdom too. It was a time of great peace and the people were happy, but then the king grew sick and things began to change. The greedy leader of the king's guard, Captain Pete, saw this as his chance to get rich. Every day, he and his soldiers took food and money from the people. One cold morning, a peasant named Mickey watched the guard's coach drive by. Mickey's dog Pluto spotted some sausages dangling from the back of the coach and hungrily chased after them. "Stop!" Mickey shouted, but it was too late. Pluto disappeared behind the palace gates. Mickey asked the palace guard if he could go inside to get Pluto. The guard was about to say no when he got a look at the pauper's face. "Your Highness!" he exclaimed, waving him right in. Meanwhile, inside the palace, the prince and his valet, Donald, were amusing themselves during a boring history lesson by teasing each other. The tutor was about to scold Donald and the prince when they heard a noise outside. The prince ran to the window and looked down. Captain Pete was holding a bag with someone inside. "Mickey!" Pete had found Mickey wandering around, but he did not mistake Mickey for the prince. The prince called to Pete and ordered him to send Mickey inside. Pete did as he was told, but the pauper got lost inside the palace. The next thing Mickey knew, clang, he bumped into a suit of armor. The helmet fell off and landed on his head. Just then the prince entered the hall and the helmet fell onto his head too. The prince and the pauper stumbled around blindly until bang! They crashed into each other. Slowly they lifted their helmets. "Oh, you look just like me!" they shouted at the same time. Oh dear! This was just the chance the prince had been waiting for. Now he could leave the boring palace and no one would know. He asked Mickey to trade places with him. To Mickey, the idea of living like a prince sounded amazing. They swapped clothes and the prince headed for the door. "I will be back in the blink of an eye," he promised. The prince hurried off to enjoy his day as a pauper. In the market, he saw one of the captain's guards stealing food from the poor. "Halt! I'm the prince!" he cried, holding up his royal ring. Then he climbed atop a cart and gave the food back to the hungry peasants. The guard who had seen the prince's ring rushed back to tell Pete. As soon as the captain heard, he came up with an evil plan. He would get rid of the real prince and make the fake prince do whatever he wanted. The prince, meanwhile, was at Goofy's house. Suddenly, the church bells tolled, telling them the king had died. "Oh no! I go to the palace right away," the prince said, showing Goofy his ring. "It is my duty to take over as king." But Captain Pete was waiting for him outside. Oh, Pete's guard captured the prince and tossed him in the castle dungeon with Donald. Your royal ring won't do you any good, Pete told the prince with an evil laugh. Ha 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 ha! As soon as the pauper is crowned king, I shall unmask him as an impostor and rule the kingdom myself. But as soon as Captain Pete left, a strange-looking guard came to the dungeon door. It was Goofy! He slipped by the real guard and unlocked the cell. Donald, Goofy, and the prince fled. Yay! At the same time, Mickey was trying not to be crowned king. He had figured out Captain Pete's plan. I'm the prince, so whatever I ordered must be done right away, he said. The man in charge nodded, and Mickey ordered the guards to seize Pete. But Pete was ready. He is not the prince. He's an impostor. Seize him. I'm not an impostor, though. Voice from a balcony above. It was a real prince. Everyone gasped and looked up as the prince swung to the ground on the chandelier. The evil captain was arrested and the prince was crowned king. The kingdom was once again in kind, caring hands. With Mickey and Goofy by his side, the new king ruled, and they all lived happily ever after. The end.